talking to you, baby. I just get carried away. You blow my mind. I just get carried away. Talking to you, baby. I just get carried away. You blow my mind.
Yes. 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 A big match won finally. It is the same big match that we won this season against Atalanta, the team that now, I mean, it's been for a while now, right, guys? It's been for a while now. We own these guys. Simone Inzaghi owns Gasperini. Inzaghi is Gasperini's daddy. I mean, here who scored shows the last 6 out of 6 games that Inter have won against Atalanta. But actually, it's 8. This is the 8th in a row, guys. 8th in a row. And this isn't even including today's the one who scored. I'm just showing. I just wanted to show something on screen to visualize how bad this is, how bad of a record this is for Atalanta. 8 in a row. Whether it's home or away for Inter, we own this fixture. Massive, massive 3 points, massive goals from Carlos Augusto. Shouts out to him. Continues to be an amazing backup player that is pushing, even now, pushing Dimarco for that starting spot. He won't, get the starting spot, but the way Dimarco's been playing, I'm preferring what Carlos Augusto is putting out there. And then, of course, Capitano, Lautaro Martinez, who didn't have the greatest of games, did score when Atalanta were down to 10 men, but it doesn't matter. He smashed it home to secure the 3 points. And the 3 points, what does it mean? It means that we finally make a breathing spot. We can take a little deeper breath now, guys. It's not just, a little. You can take a little and exhale. 3 points. It gives you that mistake gap, that little padding between Antonio Conte's Napoli and Inter, thanks to this 3 points and thanks to this beautiful Sunday that it was today, guys, wasn't it? Today I was home, I was doing nothing. Today I just watched Serie A. I did not watch the Liverpool-Newcastle game, by the way. That's also nice because I'm not, I'm not, for some reason, it's got to do with people I grew up with at school, a lot of Liverpool fans. I'm not a fan of Liverpool either, so I actually kind of low-key enjoyed Liverpool losing the Caribbean Cup or Carabao Cup, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, we watched Juve get pummeled 3-0 by Fiorentina. Shouts out to those guys finally beating Juve. It always seems like Fiorentina just open their legs up wide for Juve, usually, whether it's transfer window or games. But today they came through in the morning, early morning. Well, not early morning, 11:30 kickoff, but morning kickoff. Napoli shit in the bed against Venezia away. Venezia holding them. Andre Radu, a name that you haven't heard for a long time, that you were hoping maybe not to hear for a long time as an Interista, but actually that guy has been stellar for Venezia since he stepped in. He was signed after Filip Stankovic was amazing for them earlier on the season. He's got a serious injury, unfortunately, Stankovic. And Andre Radu has come in and put, I think this is his third man of the match, a second man of the match performance. But anyway, even if the other ones that weren't man of the match, he's been very, very good. And he kept Atalanta out, so he's already won us points in this Scudetto race. And today won us 2 more points by having a man of the match performance, keeping the clean sheet against Napoli. So, in a way, guys, hear me out. Maybe we never forgive Andre Radu for that moment, of course, Radu Gate. I mean, if you don't know, then I don't know what, even if you're a recent Interista, you have to know what Radu Gate is. We will never forgive him for that, but I think he is really working his way back into my, personally, I don't know you guys, my graces under Radu, because now he's, technically provided 4 points to Inter in this Scudetto race against direct rivals. So shout out to Andre Radu. And then, as I tweeted, I said, what could ruin this game? What could ruin this? It was this beautiful Sunday, There was only one team that could potentially ruin this, this fantastic hate watch Sunday that I've been enjoying. I wonder which team could ruin this. But luckily, that one team that we had in mind, or I had in mind, did not ruin it. But anyway, guys, thank you for coming through. Last post-match reaction for this international break. We'll be back for post-match reactions, of course, after Inter return in the international break for the Udinese game. So you know what to do. Leave a thumbs up. Leave a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, and let me see who is in the house. Christian Potato, very good point. Awful refereeing today, guys, from Davide Massa. That is the name to know, because that referee was really poor today. He made the game nervous, very erratic, because the players, it was very physical, and he let it go. Sometimes, we do complain in Italy that they call a lot of fouls. The game is stop and start in Serie A, is slower because of that. But both sides as well, I'm not even complaining, and I think Christian is also talking about that. It's just for both sides, really poor refereeing, fouls that weren't called, which frustrated the players, which then led that frustrating overboiling, and then 2 red cards happening. And I mean, even Inter got a red card, which is so rare under Inzaghi. That's how the game kind of developed under Massa today. Not good refereeing at all for both sides, I must admit, for both sides. Fratesi wasn't good on his impact, and Taremi as well, 100%. I just realized we ended Atalanta season. How we ended it? I mean, they're still there and thereabouts. They technically not out of the Scudetto race, but it's definitely a big gut punch to Gasperson, Jeffrey Epstein's lookalike. Not that we need more reasons to dislike Gasperini, but the fact that he looks like Jeffrey Epstein is also another big reason to dislike Gasperini. So we'll always take that W over him. La Capolista se ne va. No, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to sing that yet, Sunzu. I am not ready to sing that yet. I am not ready to sing. Call me a coward, but I'm not ready to sing that yet. I'm not ready. Not yet. Why did the players stop playing in the first half, Shant? So Inter started off fantastic. The first half was really good. Or first 15 to 20 minutes, shall I say, were really good. And after that, we ran out of gas. This team was pressing so hard. Today, Inzaghi's tactics, first 15, 20 minutes, were very aggressive. And then they just ran out of steam. That is really the main reason why we stopped playing in that first half. They don't have the juice to do it, Shant. We are Atalanta Sassuolo. Yeah, we are their bogey team. We are what Milan are to us this season, or I guess Juve, whichever one. Hey, Debbie Kurt in the house. What's up? Hope you are doing well up there in the Kurt Mafia in Northern Ireland. No, Ridwan. I am not singing it yet. Just got home from an 18-hour road trip. Damn, Tommy, where the hell did you go? Did you drive to Nigeria or straight to Nigeria from the US? Where did you go for 18 hours? Did you, I guess, drive cross-country? You guys, United States is so big. Or you might have just crossed one state, depending on which state it is, right? You guys, even one state sometimes can take that long. And thank you, Mattia Brate, for the preview and always reminding the peoples on what to do down below. How was that a foul on Lautaro's first goal? I mean, that was a foul, Sharifi. He did not look at the ball. He just went straight into Gym City. No, that was a foul. It was a soft one, you know, the size of Jim Shitty that you know Lautaro hardly did anything. But you know, the fact that Lautaro wasn't even looking at the ball, he was just looking at the guy, went straight into him. Soft one, but it was a foul. It was a foul. We won against the big one. Yes, we've been, you know, criticizing this team a lot for the lack of big game wins, and it is the same big team that we won against earlier on the season for Neo Atalanta. But I always say this, you know, a lot of people, like I always have this conversation with people about, oh, big game this, big game that. Of course, it's important and it's a big statement. But the other teams, guys, you have to also take into account big games is about taking points. I don't know why this keeps going back into this view afterwards. Big games matters when other teams are taking points away from each other. So are Napoli winning all their big games? No. Atalanta winning all their big games? No. They're winning, you know, here, like, you know, Atalanta beat Juventus the other day, but then, you know, they lose to Napoli. Like, it's just, there's no team, you know, obviously Milan are not winning apart from us. They don't beat in the big games. So it's they're actually, you know, this inconsistency between the teams. No one's really dominating in the big games, and then at the end of the day, what Inter have been doing well, which I always maintain, big games are 6, 7 teams, right? I guess you could say, or even 5. Maybe some people might even say 4 really big games, but let's say 6, 7 teams are the big games. The rest of it, the rest of the season is not big games, and the majority of the points you win the rest of the game. So Inter have been doing much better this year in the bigger percentage. The 3 points are worth whether you beat Juventus. Of course, we want to beat Juventus and not lose to them, but the same 3 points are worth the Monza 3 points are the same ones that we won today against Atalanta. It's just, of course, in certain terms and, you know, confidence-wise and taking points away, they're bigger in some ways. Zeki in the house, Adam in the house, as used to be his username. Thank you as always. New username, but same support to the channel. I appreciate you. Shall I call you Zeki or Adam? You let me know, but you know, I'll continue with Adam for now. But yeah, massive 3 points, massive 3 points. I'm just really I'm so happy to see this. So happy to see this. And I'm so happy to see Bologna above Juventus. I mean, Thiago Motta coming in for, you know, Vincenzo Italiano replacing Motta and being above Motta with this Bologna team that sold all his big players is very satisfying to see. Hope they keep that and hope Juve do not make top 4. That would be very, very sweet. Very, very sweet. Inzaghi owns that crybaby. Gasparini. Paki member for 33 months. Wow, that is amazing support as well. Thank you very much, my brother. Taremi out. I mean, you guys, you know, I've come back for a post-match live stream, but you guys remain in form, even on the day where we have very few negatives to talk about, you know, positive to talk about. The fact that we were +3 on Napoli, win 2-0, clean sheet, away at Atalanta, all these other teams dropping points. But no, we've always got some negativity to just sprinkle in there. But no, I think, yeah, you guys know me. I'm usually definitely one of those fans that maybe sometimes is too positive or, you know, leans always towards positivity or balance, even when there is, you know, someone as bad as Taremi has been. I always lean towards balance. But I think the shirt, Inter, the club, the pressure is too much for Taremi. I think it's already time to make that decision on him this summer as quickly as possible, if they can, if an offer comes, I don't know from where, from Saudi, from anywhere. Make that, take the, you know, the L, even if you have to not make money on it. But I mean, it was a free transfer, so it would be literally minimal fee. Or even if you don't, yeah, you have to, you know, take a slight loss on the books. You might have to do it because, yeah, we're not talking about a young guy. This is a 32, 33-year-old guy. It just looks like he is just not cut out for this, unfortunately. As much as I wanted him to, and I thought he was going to thrive here, it's not working out, man. It's not working out. Very important win, but again, a wing back is injured. Again, as I just mentioned, maybe okay. Shall I get these negatives out of the way then? You guys, I just can't like win with you guys. There's always something. But let's hope and pray with our injury issues at the moment, Noor and everyone, that Denzel, this is not him holding his hamstring. I hope it is just something small, maybe impact related, because it happened straight after a slide tackle from one of the Atalanta players. I don't know if maybe he hit him with his studs there, or, you know, yeah, I'm just hoping it's some sort of impact. Because actually, he was Denzel Dumfries coming off. He didn't have a great game today, but when he was coming off, he said, "No, don't sub me off." He said, Just strap me up, strap me up." He was kind of almost refusing the substitution, so that kind of pointed to maybe wasn't that serious, and then it was more of a precautionary substitution from Inzaghi, because obviously we, in a bit of an emergency, especially the wing back situation. So please, guys, put your thoughts and prayers together for Denzel, whichever religion or God that you believe in. Put a little prayer in, because we cannot have Denzel, especially with the form that he's been in 2025. We cannot have him injured. But in general, with our wing back injuries at the moment, we cannot have him out. Even though probably Darmian and Zalewski will come back after the international break, Denzel is super, super important, especially in the Bayern game. He and his physicality and athleticism will be very, very important. Yes, Alex, great day in Serie A. E se ne va. La capolista se ne va. Look, see, Eduardo, he baited me here. He baited me with the donation. That's all I'll give you. I'll give you that one. I'm not going to give the full chorus, the full, the full bars. We'll keep it just the one. I gave you one. I gave you one Capolista se ne va, and that's thanks to Eduardo. I'm blaming Eduardo on that one. But I'm not ready for the full, from the chest, singing it from my chest yet. I need a little bit more drop points from Napoli and a little bit more, from Inter as well. Then you'll see me singing that song full belt. I promise, guys. Who made a deal with the devil? Oh my god, the goal that we scored as well. I'll get into it later. But the podcast in the house. What's up, Travis? Make sure you check him out. All credit to Arna for the first goal. He blessed Chala with the wisdom to play that ball. Yeah, of course. Chala with a kiss on Hakan's head. The interruption helped us. Yeah. I've got a screenshot to talk about that, because it's funny. Well, hopefully, obviously, the person who we interrupted the game for is okay. Great way to go into the national break. Hopefully, our newly injured players can recover. Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I think we needed this international break. Di Marco's not called up, so he hopefully can come back. Zalewski, I think Zalewski actually got called up. I can't remember. But anyway, hopefully he can come back. Darmian definitely will be back. I think he was already on the bench today. And then, Dumfries. Maybe this could be even a kind of, in a way, a blessing in disguise, because that means maybe Dumfries doesn't go to Netherlands international duty. Is it a tactical injury from Denzel there? 1000 IQ move from Denzel to get injured, as many players do before international duty. If you watch football over the years, follow football over the years, players somehow end up falling off just before the international break, so they don't have to go, especially when there's their club team is going through a very important period. So maybe Denzel could play 1000 IQ move with Inzaghi and the staff. Have done solid win and big performance, champions mentality. Yes, today we can say we have been complaining about this team not maybe having champions mentality or wanting to retain the Seconda Stella, the second star this season. But I think today, I'm happy to say that we saw conviction, we saw grit, especially, the way Atalanta play at the Givis Stadium. They make it's a battle. They're known for, expansive, open football and attacking football, Atalanta, but Kolasinac, Jim City, here, and, Darun, these are all guys that leave little, studs on your back and, shoulder to shoulder or even shoulder to chest. They play hard. And these Inter players did not back down. It was both ways, very physical, hard battle. And I enjoyed the way that we grit our teeth. Injuries, no injuries. Atalanta had a few chances here and there, but nothing too big. Zoma was busy, but not too busy. Nothing miraculous that he needed to do. And yeah, Lukman, of course, the key man, the main man, maybe, on his day, best player in Serie A at times this last couple of seasons. Had his moments against Pavard, but overall, we kept him quiet as well. So yeah, just all around, very, very good. Very, very good. Napoli also have Milan and Bologna next, two tough matches. Yeah, definitely. After now, we definitely now have a slightly easier run in to Napoli in terms of fixtures that we have left to play. Room Temp Coke has joined a YouTube membership. Thank you very much. As you guys know, I do try and do member-only content. It's very inconsistent. I should be doing better. In the international break, as usual, I usually do a bit more. So if you're a member, you probably should expect some more member, Q&A and things like that over the international break. But outside of that, what I try to do is prioritize the members' comments, especially on these live streams, because there's 154 people here right now, which I appreciate every single one of you. But it's almost impossible for me to get through every single one of your comments. So that's all the membership does, especially on my view here, is it just highlights your comment a little bit more. But I also try to get through even non-members for sure. But I work with members, I definitely just make sure to see it and highlight it on the stream. Paki still hates Radu. It is what it is. I don't blame you for that. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Mattia, for sure. I never blame the Scudetto on Radu. It's just that moment is imprinted, embedded in Interisti's heads as the moment, but it definitely wasn't the reason why we lost. Eduardo's not forgiving him either. Well, Interisti is definitely not a turn your cheek type of fan base by the looks of it. Lopimos, let's go. It has been so long since we won a big Serie A match. Yeah, it has been. Unless you count Lazio, which it seems like a lot of you don't. It literally was Atalanta then, wasn't it? If you're talking about our Scudetto contenders. Because that's one thing we can also say now, guys. I mean, if you're talking about Scudetto contenders, there's only really two. And we beat one of the main two twice, and then the other one we drew against them twice, because now realistically Juve not a Scudetto contender, and Milan they're barely even a Champions League fourth spot contender. So in terms of big match that counts, there's two, and we drew 2 against Napoli and 1-2 against Atalanta. So actually, in terms of vital big matches, this is not me being just positive and finding positive. This is facts, as Rafa Benitez would say. This is facts. Big matches, the count, we won them, or at least our record 4 matches, 2 draws and 2 wins. Gabri in the house from Australia early in the morning. What's up, brother? Hope you're doing well. He didn't get his Berenbrook appearance. So Lauti to go for 50-50 Bastoni red. Yeah, the Bastoni. So yeah, let's get into the Bastoni thing. So he will miss the Klaus, in terms of Klaus's question, he will miss. So definitely the Udinese game. But the thing is, so he won't miss the afterwards. He can play in the Coppa Italia against Milan. So let me just get up the fixtures so I'll show you guys. So regardless of the red card, actually, Bastoni was missing the Udinese game because he was already on a warning. So a yellow card he already got in the match. He would have missed this game anyway. But what it means is he misses his game, and now when he comes back against Parma, he's back on the warning. So he's still, if he gets a yellow card against Parma, then he misses the game after that. So it just means that, it's not really too bad, but it just means that he remains cautioned when he comes back. So it's not really too much of a bad miss at the end of the day. But it must have been a very I told you so moment for Simone Inzaghi. We always, as a fan base, complain about, well, actually, I don't really complain about it too much. I do in some, especially in big matches, is where I moan or say to Inzaghi like, surely you can trust some of these guys and to kind of ride it out. But statistically speaking, and now today we show like factually in front of our eyes, there is a reason why Inzaghi does it. Inter are the team with the least red cards in Serie A because Inzaghi never lets it to get to that stage. Because as soon as someone gets a yellow card, whether you are 36-year-old captain of the team or 18-year-old novice, which actually would never happen anyway in Inzaghi's Inter, you go off. And this is why we saw today, because when there's a referee like this, especially, you have no faith in referees in Serie A. At the moment, you could go off any moment. And I think, well, actually, on this one, I don't even blame the referee. It was a second yellow. Bastoni was actually lucky not to be already sent off earlier because he complained really extra, just like how Edison got sent off for Atalanta. He was lucky that the referee didn't give him a second yellow for the way he complained about a foul before. But yeah, and then afterwards, the second yellow was just, it was coming. But I can just imagine Inzaghi looking on this to his staff and saying, just being smug, like, why do I sub off yellow card, guys? Who was questioning me? You seeing this? Just a little, smug Inzaghi. I can imagine it. He's like, I told you so. Ahmad in the house, going to miss the next 4 games, including Milan and Bayern, because I'll be in Japan. Oh, wow. I am jealous, Ahmad, even though I have been to Japan and it is my favorite holiday destination. That is a good reason to miss games of Inter if you do enjoy yourself out there. But yeah, you better come back to top of the league. Inter, a leg in the Coppa final and a leg in UCL semis. That would be fantastic. But yeah, enjoy yourself. Inter Milton in the house, can't whistle a few soft free and let go very hard free kicks. That's an easy way to ruin the game. 100%. Really, really poor refereeing today. Really, really poor refereeing. I knew Mattia would agree with me in terms of the too early to saying we're only +3 from Napoli. My brate. What a beautiful weekend. I got engaged. Hey, congrats, Stanislav. Congrats to you, my man. Got engaged. Juve are in crisis. We beat Atalanta. 24 points left from 27. Let's go. Tell Stanislav congrats in the chat for his big news, and of course, congrats to all of us Interisti for these 3 points. Oh, so Tommy drove from Minneapolis to Delaware, 1,200 miles each way for a buddy's engagement party. Whoa, you're a real one. Robbed in the Liverpool loss. Hey, that's what we like to hear. And gloated about the Inter win as well. Time to sleep. Yeah, good night, Tommy. You definitely deserve that sleep after that long ass drive. Guys, take it easy with the trouble talk. Yeah. Let's take it one step by step, guys. We're so funny. Like, you guys come here with like, Fratesi out, Taremi out, all this stuff, and then at the same time we'll be like, treble. Could we make excuses not send Thuram, Bastoni to international break? They've played so much. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. It would be nice, wouldn't it, to just make up some injuries for these guys as well. But at the same time, I support Italy, so we definitely need Barella and Bastoni for Italy as well. Thuram, yes, French team, who cares? No pizza for you, my guy. No exposed to brother next year. Let's see. Don't worry, brother. Let's see. Isakin Shalbiao. I don't know. I mean, I've never really been big fan of a guy, and I'm not. Was today's performance really that convincing to you? I'm not really sold on the guy. I'll be real with you, Bobby Marley. How good was Bisek as right wing back? I swear he's more technical with the ball than Davide. Well, that's not hard, is it, Hamden? But yeah, Bisek had to come on in the second half for when Dunzel came off, and he did well. Bisek right wing. I think he could play that role, if needs be. I think he's a very versatile guy. Didn't really get involved too much, He had a massive chance actually at the end. He could have actually scored or at least got it on target, but he completely mishit his volley. But yeah, good cameo from Bisek for sure. Oh, thank you very much, Zeki or Adam, for gifting one membership. So one more person who gets to see or who always gets their comments highlighted. Thank you very much. Really, really appreciate it. It's getting harder and harder to defend Fratesi. Yep, 100%. Is there any news when Dams and Zalewski are coming back? Yeah, so Dams, as I said, Dams is already back. He's on the bench today. If I double check. Oh, no, actually, he wasn't. He wasn't back today. On FOTMob, it says late March. But I read that, yeah, he should be back by the international break. Zalewski's was more hit and miss from what I had read. But they should be both back before the international break, or as in like when the international break is over. Zielinski is definitely not. And also Di Marco should be back by then as well. So we should be, depending on what happens to Denzel, we should be back with all the wing backs. Oh, thank you, AD, for confirming. Polish media confirmed that Zalewski is not going to the international break. That's good. That's good. Yes, yeah, that's true. Yeah, but I don't know. He looked okay, like in terms of himself, but maybe sometimes with the adrenaline going through you is yeah, you can overestimate how well you are. The top 5 is going to be nuts. Yeah, the top 5 race is going to be really, really interesting. Well, top 4 really. Shama, we are Interisti. Being pessimistic and negative is our specialty. That's true. That is true. That's true. But Smiley, this is probably the most positive Interista that I know. I don't know him in real life, but his online persona is like, this guy is unbreakable with his positivity. But actually, Inter can break anyone. But Smiley is a super, super positive guy. I'm in shock that we won. Nick Knox says, since Juve lost so badly to Atalanta home. Yeah. I mean, this was a perfect weekend, the perfect storm for Negativity FC to be like, told you so. We know this Inter team are going to drop. There was no way that, Juve lost and Napoli dropped points, that this Inter team are going to win. So I know some people were ready to pounce to say like, oh, this was never going to happen. I mean, I predicted a draw as well, but I just thought we wouldn't have any juice left in our legs. But today, really, really good to see that we still had, one last push before the international break. That's what we wanted to see. And yeah, it's good to be back. Buharaja. Gasperini, says Nikhil. Yeah, Gasperini. But speaking of gas, we were on some good gas at the beginning of the game, as I mentioned. First 10 to 15 minutes, first half, even when we were not playing that good. This is the screenshot from the 34th minute. And I was watching on the Italian commentary, which always gives me good insight because I could hear Inzaghi, and the commentator was also talking about what Inzaghi was instructing the players. He was instructing every time, Augusto was right in front of him. He was instructing Augusto, go and press Jim City. This is the left wing back. Our left wing back guys pressing their right centre back. Man for man, just like Atalanta play, we were trying to play exactly how they want to play. And this is how we match up so well against them. Inzaghi did not let them play out from the back. We did not sit deep. This is where, some of their players can be dangerous. This is how we conceded that header on target when we sat a little bit deeper. But for most of the game, even when we weren't playing that well, our pressing was on point today. The tactics from Inzaghi were on point. We made them suffer. We did not make life easy for them. Look where Mkhitaryan is, right on Edison. Look, Thuram is positionally cutting off the line in the middle as well. Lautaro on Heen. Dumfries, you can't see him, but he is on. So you see, left wing back is on the right centre back, Jim City. Our right wing back, Dumfries, is on their left centre back. That's how intense our pressing was today at some points. Really, really impressive. And that's why, as I said earlier, we did run out of gas a little bit because we were playing so intensely. The first 15, 20 minutes was a really intense game. So shouts out to Inzaghi and shouts out to the players being able to pull it off. Hats off Barella, 13 kilometers plus running. Same with Hakan, 80 minutes. Yeah, today, I didn't think Barella had a good game. I think second half he was good. Barella, first half, I thought he had a stinker of a first half. But yeah, the running, the tackling, the dueling from all the three midfielders today was really, really good. Because even though here it shows Atalanta playing a two midfielder, in reality, Pasalic was just kind of he was man marking Hakan for most of the game, and it was like a three midfield at times. So Inter did very, very well to manage that. Mkhitaryan continued not great. It wasn't great today, but I thought he was the better out of Hakan and Barella today. Barella really shined towards the last half an hour, and he got his assist. But in general, I enjoyed Mkhitaryan's battling and general play today. Mickey, not clean in the passing, definitely. One of his worst games in terms of passing, but look at that: 5 defensive actions, 6 recoveries, 5 duels won, 2 out of 3 duels won as well, aerial duels. Lost a few duels as well, but dribble past 3 times. But I think he was vital today on that side. Kept Bellanova quiet. Yeah, that right hand, he kept that right hand side very quiet, and of course Augusto was amazing next to him, and Bastoni was really good. Even regardless of the red card, I really thought Bastoni had a good game. Yeah, I already talked about Radu. The shout out to Radu was already given Bobby Marley. Acerbi, fantastic. Yeah, Acerbi, really fantastic. Pocketed Retegi today. Retegi did absolutely nothing. Look at that. How many touches did he even have? Only 10 passes, 0 out of 3 shots on target, 3 block shots, 21 touches. They are like Retegi did not get a sniff today. Did not get a sniff. Only 2 out of 7 aerial duels. Yeah, but Acerbi, pocketing job as we know he does often with big strikers. Top scorer of Serie A. Did not see the ball today. Did not see the ball. Acerbi should be man of the match. Yes, he's definitely. Yeah, you guys let me know who is your man of the match. I'll get to it towards the end, but start commenting down below. Who is your man of the match? Acerbi is definitely a good shout. Do suspensions add up because you're already missing next game? No. So as I said, he's suspended for the next game, but then he's on risk to be suspended the next game after. So his suspension is not reset now. It continues on if he gets another yellow. So y'all should blame Gagliardini for the Scudetto loss in 1922. This guy, Nick Knox, cannot wait to bring up or somehow defend Gagliardini in the Lord's year 2025. We should keep Tuku and convert him to left wing back. Oh God. Eminem Productions trying to trigger us today. He's trying to trigger us. It looked like Bastoni tripped and didn't foul. Maybe. I didn't see it. I didn't see the replay of that one probably, but it looked to me a clear foul. But maybe. But even if he trips, it was an open space. But yeah, I don't know. I need to go look back at it. Maybe. Bastoni is very ridiculous. Yeah, maybe I'm overestimated his foul, guys. But as I said, I think he could have been sent off already, Bastoni, because he jumped up and down. He got given a foul, and then he started complaining to the referee. The way that Ederson was sent off, I think Bastoni could have been sent off as well. That's why I was already planning for a Bastoni red card in there. Probably wasn't going to play against Udinese anyway with Milan coming up. Maybe, but with our injuries at the moment, Bobby Marley, I know Darmian and Zalewski are coming back, and Di Marco maybe, but again, how fit they're going to be? Are they going to be ready to start? Probably Bastoni might have already still continued to start. But yeah, Bastoni is man of the match. I'm not against it. That's what I'm saying, language. So even though he got his red card, I'm not against it. The shout. I don't care what this says because he obviously gives him a low rating now because of the red, but he was very good today, Bastoni. He was very good. Very, very good, regardless of the red card. Yeah, but again, that's like our like this bias of like if he gets subbed off and we concede like today. Okay, guys, let's say this happens against Napoli, like just imaginary scenario. Which by the way, I disagreed with Inzaghi subbing off Bastoni in the Napoli game, but I'm just saying, sometimes we do have this bias of like, something causation is the reason for something like he coming off is why we conceded, whereas maybe sometimes it's just a bit of a you know coincidence. Like today, if we conceded, obviously because he left us in 10 men, and we conceded, it's not because he was off the pitch, he left us in 10 men. I think it depends on the situation. I think the Napoli one I can definitely agree with. Sometimes we know physically as well, athletically, sometimes he and Di Marco kind of struggle, Bastoni and Di Marco. After the 70th minute, they both seem like they're huffing and puffing at times. Everyone's more technical than Frattesi, 100%. We've had so many injuries this season. Have we ever played with our best 11? Hey, guys, I am telling you, our injury issues are nowhere near as bad as other teams this season. We've had plenty of games where we played with the starting 11. I mean, it's only recently that Di Marco got injured. Our team has been fine. It was Acerbi. Acerbi is actually probably the only one that had like a long-term injury, and now Zielinski. That's the thing. Luckily, we've barely had long-term injuries that are more than a month. Acerbi was like disappeared off the face of the earth for like 2 months with this mysterious injury, and now Zielinski looks like he's out till probably mid-late April. But aside from that, we've only had small niggling injuries of 2 or 3 weeks per player, and hopefully that continues. We've not had a Bremer ACL type thing, or I know that Cambiaso for Juve, for example, has been constantly injured, in and out. We've had, like, it seems like one or two players every other, especially with how busy we are now, it's happening. But it's normal now. Like, it's how much football these players are having to play is really, really normal. Isaac was no. I wasn't watching Premier League, as I said. I was watching Serie A today. Yeah, it was beautiful. The Fiorentina tifo, of course, Juve merda. And as I said, for once, they actually the Fiorentina fans really hate Juve. Like they hate Juve as much as we hate Juve. But unfortunately, their team usually just opens up their legs for Juve. But today, finally, the tifo matched up with the performance from the players. We just need more shots on target if we want to have a chance winning UCL. Yeah, we need goals, Ludi scores, because what we can't do in the UCL, speaking of negative, and okay, hands up, I'm bringing up a negative now. Marcus Thuram. I mean, when we create chances like this, especially if it's a 1v1, which was a lovely 1-2 between him and Lauti, taking advantage of, Atalanta pressing man v man, leaving 1v1s all over the pitch. Thuram 1v1 against Carnesecchi, who does well to spread his legs, but in the end he doesn't touch it. Thuram finishes with his weaker foot. I'll give him that. It is his weaker foot, but still, maybe he could have wrapped his right foot around it to get it curled inwards. The fact that he finishes with his left is gonna curl outwards, and he hits the post. But he has to finish this, Marcus. We love Marcus. He is one of our players of the season. He has been very inconsistent lately. He has been struggling with his ankle injury, but he has to score this. And in the Champions League, or regardless in the Champions League, in Serie A as well, at the top level football, you can't waste chances because you don't know how many you're going to get against Bayern. You will get chances. I think this Inter team will create chances like this. They are not infallible for sure. Vincent Kompany's Bayern Munich. But when you get a chance like this, Lauti and Thuram, they have to tuck it away. Otherwise, we may end up repeating what happened against us against Atletico last year. Yeah. I mean, I guess if you count Authentic Talk, if you count Bisek as a youngster, I guess you could put that there. But Aslani was okay, but he had a bit of a stinker in the last game against Feyenoord when he came on, but then he was okay in the previous one against Feyenoord as well. It's a little bit up and down, but that's young players, and we don't have too many of them in this team. Oh yeah, going back to the man of the match, Acerbi man of the match from Mattia. Don't mess with Inter. Yes, Fusion God. Acerbi or Hakan. Hakan, he was good. He was good. Definitely, I think it's definitely something to talk about. That he's at least back to some decent level. He has not been anywhere near the Hakan that we know and love this season. As you guys know, I said that he probably became my favorite player last season. Because I'm just have a weakness for players in that CDM position. The Registas had a good shot on target, good corner, of course, got the assist for Augusto's goal. But yeah, he still doesn't look like the same Hakan to me, like off the ball. Like you see this, no aerial duels won, not many ground duels. Like he still doesn't seem fully fit. Like he doesn't seem fully reactive. And Hakan last season was just a monster. On the ball, of course, but off the ball. Today, on the ball, he was better, but off the ball, he still doesn't look the same Hakan to me. I don't know. He just doesn't look quite right. Still looks like he needs a few more weeks of just consistently playing. Maybe he regains his form with Hakan. Actually, I'm hoping the international break, playing for Turkey does him some well, because I think he does needs to regain some form. But today was the right step in the direction. Now, Augusto man of the match. This is a very good shout. Scored, ran as much as centimeters, won so many aerial duels. This guy is just monster on some days. Especially games like these really suit Augusto. These are the games that suit Augusto more than Di Marco. Di Marco, when it's physical and it's an athletic team like Atalanta against the Bellanova, with his pace, he could suffer. But Augusto really thrives in these types of games. It's physical, is a bit rough. Of course, he got the amazing goal from the header, but aside of that, he was solid. Even he could have maybe had a goal even earlier because he followed up on the this Thuram chance, and he got blocked by an Atalanta defender. And then he had another header, I think, from a corner. He's just an aerial threat. Solid defensively. Yeah, look at that. Wins most of his duels aerially and on the ground. Wins fouls. Yeah, he's definitely a good shout. Carlos Augusto, very, very good shout. And he's very, very good substitute to have. SofaScore gave the man of the match to Acerbi. Okay. Mob has given it to Augusto. Let's see who scored has given it to. Let's have a look. Who scored? Match center. Let's cover off 3 different ratings. Oh, okay. So that's 2-1 to Acerbi in terms of these match rating apps ratings. And in the comments, I'm sensing a slight preference towards Acerbi as well, seems like. Another clean sheet. Yeah, I mean, let's have a look at the kind of chances for Atalanta. They didn't really create too much. This was Atalanta's really their big chance this game, and it's not really a massive chance. It's a good header, but he was going backwards or kind of not a great position to header from. But Pasalic is a very good header of the ball. Their own cross, Pasalic header, very high, just underneath the crossbar. So it's a good save from Zoma. Apart from this, I don't think he had anything else to do, Zoma. Let's have a quick look on the stats. He was good on the ball today, Zoma, as usual. Not on the long balls, but those are the ones that the players have to win in the air. Not too much to do with Zoma's passing. Yeah, so 2 saves inside the box. I think the other one was from an Ademola Lukman shot. 1 diving save, which was this, and that's it. That's really it. Apart from that, he wasn't really involved too much. And let's see, XG wise, I mean, that is domination. 2.39 versus 0.66 XG. Oh, sorry, I'm not sharing the screen. Why is it not coming onto the screen? Oh, I have to remove this media. My bad. Sorry, guys. You couldn't even see what I was talking about. So yeah, Zomer, as I was saying, good pass, not good passing accuracy today, but that was the type of game that it was. But only 2 saves that he had to make and 1 diving save. And then XG wise, 2.39 to 0.66 Winter domination. Really, really good. Really, really good. And then here I'm guessing it's probably just Ademola Lukman shooting most of the time, and then Maldini had one at the end, right? No, very, very comfortable for Zoma today. Interclub Boston in the house. What's up, brother? Hope you're doing well, my guy. Thuram's first touch went towards the left. He should have took a touch towards a stronger foot. Yeah, I agree. They seemed more focused. They had been. Yeah, as I said, especially the first 10, 15 minutes, Brian. But even after that, as I said, even when Atalanta were looking a little bit better, after 30 minutes, it was more Atalanta than Inter. But we we definitely looked a lot more concentrated. We didn't let anything slip. One thing about Atalanta, though, I have to say, they get no luck against us. Like other teams, like Juve, like when they scored that 4-4, in Milan, like you always feel like they get some sort of like a lucky rebound, like a lucky little, just something, just little luck that goes their way to get the ball in front of our goal. Atalanta, like they just don't get any luck against us. That's why they're losing 8 times in a row against us. They never seem to get any type of luck against us. Everything bounces for us. But yeah, today we're definitely very, very concentrated, Brian. I agree. Some ice in the veins, champion DNA. We could do it with a little bit more ice in the veins in front of goal, but yeah, in terms of taking the result home calmly in a very collected manner, I agree. Ice in the vein, champion DNA. Did I see more intentional double teams? Yeah. I mean, definitely on Lukman. There was a couple of times that he was left 1v1 against Acerbi one time. He cooked him, and with Pavard, he cooked Pavard a couple of times. But apart from that, Barella was always supporting Pavard with Lukman. There was always, it was Hakan or Barella, someone stepping into this, this zone here to make sure if Lukman is, stepping in, he was always double, triple teamed, which you have to. Very definitely, you just have to do it when players like that. With Retegui, they didn't need to do that. It's just Lukman, really. As we said, Darmian or Zalewski both should be back for the Udinese game. Whether starting or not, we will see. Retegui got humiliated, part of it. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Lukman was cooking. Yeah, there was one moment where Lukman nutmegged Pavard, and there was also, a little scuffle between them at the beginning of the game where they shoved each other. Lukman was getting frustrated with some of Pavard's tackling. That's what I was saying. Both sides, it wasn't just, the Atalanta players getting away with fouls. I think, Pavard got away with a couple of little niggling fouls on Lukman, and that got him frustrated because the referee didn't call them. But that's why it was poor refereeing. The referee let a lot of these little fouls slide, and then it got players a lot more worked up than they would normally. For sure, poor refereeing. It was a bit of an up and down game from Pavard, but in the end, yes, maybe a couple of times Lukman got past him, but he didn't really he had the ground, and the duel winning was pretty poor, but he did pretty well in general, in total, and he's on the ball. He was good today. He was okay. Definitely the worst out of the three. Acerbi and Bastoni were definitely, really, really good. Yeah, not great, but not awful. And of course, he gets a clean sheet in the end. So as Suraj says, he has the last laugh. Thuram has scored a league goal in 2 months. Oh man, yeah. I didn't realize it was that long because his Champions League goals have covered it up, haven't they? His recent Serie A performances. This is what I wanted to talk about. I mean, our goal. Let's have a look at our goal. What I wanted to say again, I'm not laughing because of the situation. and we hope the person in the crowd. So basically, a person had to be escorted out of the crowd because of medical emergency. So the game was stopped, and that's why there was plus 11 minutes of added time at the end. Amazing corner from Hakan. Augusto completely unmarked. Awful defending from Atalanta. But yeah, the fact that the game was stopped for 10 minutes probably took some concentration off Atalanta. They lost their, marking here. But what made me laugh is the tweet, as you can see, the one I retweeted on the top left. Inzaghi literally sacrificed somebody for that goal. I mean, again, don't take it seriously. Hopefully the person is fine, that it recovers well, whoever had to be taken away for a medical emergency. But it happened earlier on in the season. Which game was it, guys? You remember? It happened was it, obviously you remember the Eduardo Bove, that was on the pitch, but there was also there was another game where something happened off the pitch for Inter like this, and the game was paused. But yeah, and the person tweeting it is an Atalanta fan. He's saying, let Inzaghi literally sacrifice somebody for that goal. It just made me laugh because that's what it felt like. It's like that person had to get ill. The juju had to be done. But hopefully, again, not laughing. Hopefully that person is the tweet is funny, not the situation. But yeah, going back to the goal, Hakan. And by the way, we are the number 1 team in Serie A for corner goals. We are on 11. I think the next best team is 9. So Hakan, Di Marco, those deliveries, they are the reason. But of course, our team, we have such a good team in the air. The fact that we play with 3 centre backs gives us this threat. But then even our strikers, even Lautaro, who is not tall, but he's amazing in the air, even on corners, really, really good threat. We make an account when things are not going well. Sometimes you need a set piece, and today we don't score an open play. Thuram misses a big chance, but we have other weapons and we use them well. And Carlos Augusto deserved the goal today. Inzaghi smoking that Gasperini pack as always. Of course, Inzaghi is Gasperini's daddy. I've never seen Bastoni score. Yeah, very, very rare. Very, very rare with Bastoni scoring headers. Very, very rare. But he is always there when we're taking the corners. He's always in the middle. One day he will. I don't think actually I've seen him score directly off a corner. He's not the greatest aerially. And yeah, this was obviously an important moment as well. We were 1-0 up. Edison, obviously very key midfielder for them. For me, one of the best midfielders in Serie A, without a doubt. Gets himself red carded for 2 yellows. And that's helps Inter on their way to get the second Barella assist. Lautaro smashes it from a very narrow angle, does very well to smash it past Carnesecchi. And it's good for Lautaro. How many goals is Lautaro on now? Let's have a quick check. He should be on 11 goals, is he? 10 goals. 10 goals. Not bad. Not bad for an off season, is it? 10 goals, 3 assists, 13 GA. Where is he in Serie A in terms of goal scorers? I mean, Retegi's completely run away with it with 22. Oh, look at that. He's only 2 behind Thuram. After all that, he's only 2 behind Thuram. We can catch up with Thuram and maybe even overtake him. Yeah, Thuram's fall off in goal scoring is very concerning. Regardless, of course, of the ankle injury, even before that, he really dropped off in 2025. But yeah, hopefully one of the two. We need one of the two to bag in the next few weeks. Having both of them, but we've seen it. We can't have everyone on form. This Inter team, it can only be either have Di Marco or Dumfries. You can't have both Di Marco and Dumfries in MVP form. It has to be Lautaro or Thuram. We can't have both of them at the same time with this Inter team this season. Or maybe in the UCL we can. Let's see. His first goal versus Parma was a header. Okay, that's good. I don't remember that one. I have to go back and watch it. But very good memory, Stefan. Very, very good memory. Bastoni scored a header a month or so ago from a corner. That's what I think Zeki's talking about, like, directly from a corner. I know he scored headers. I remember. Oh no, actually, I do remember one. Lecce. Biragi assist. I don't know how that came into my mind, but it was the turquoise kit, Conte first season. Turquoise kit, Acerbi, Biragi cross, out swinging, and Bastoni comes in. I remember that one. Hakan seems to be almost back to his best form. If I couldn't mind Barella Hakan performance for the hustle, I would give them a duo man of the match. I think Barella's first half was really not good. He lost the ball in very bad situations in the first half. In general, he definitely deserves a shout for all the hard work, and he stayed on right until the end. And the second half was much better, but first half it was very poor, especially by Barella standards, which obviously are sky high. Also, 6 goals in the UCL, 20 GA in a bad season. Yeah, Lautaro, Capitano, very, very says a lot. In the bad season, he can still put up those types of numbers, but it also says a lot about our system that, we put up chances, guys, regardless. I always say this, whoever you put in this team, as long as they don't shit the bed like Taremi and Arnautovic have, because obviously the shirt has to be heavy for them, you will bag goals in this Inter team. This is a chance creation machine. And yeah, my man of the match, I'm going to end it now, guys. My man of the match is definitely Francesco Acerbi. I'll give it to him. I always like to give it to not necessarily, the goal scorers of the people. I mean, Augusto definitely deserves a shout. I think he's close, but the fact that he completely pocketed the top scorer of Serie A, Retegui, and whoever was playing in that area. Oh yeah, he made a massive tackle as well, guys. A slide tackle on Samardzic. They were asking for a penalty, but that was clean slide tackle, perfectly timed, pure ball, no man. Acerbi, season pro, season centre back, on point with his passing and everything. Look, let's have a look at that. Won all his ground duels, won most of his aerial duels. Monster performance. Fantastic. Yeah, Taremi was just awful. And yeah, Matteo, I'll close on this because I saw someone else asking about this. I've already given my thoughts on this in my previous live stream, and I'll probably do a video on this at some point in this international break. But Nico Paz over Arda Güler. Arda Güler is a nice name, sexy name, very nice player. Probably is a better player, just like speaking, talent-wise. Arda Güler, we're talking about probably at Mesut Ozil level talent here. But for Inter, fit, suitability, league suitability, physical needs in this team, readiness, is Nico Paz. Pretty certain victory between those two for me. But yeah, that is it from me, guys. Let's look at the table for one last time to just enjoy and take it in. Lovely, fresh breath of distance away from Napoli now. Little deeper breaths that we can take away from Napoli. Very, very good Sunday today. Hate watches. Liverpool lost. Juve got smashed. Napoli dropped points. Lovely. Yeah, Gula doesn't fit our system. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. 132 people. Make sure every single one of you, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate all the support from Adam, Paki, Eduardo, Room Tem Coke. Thank you for joining the membership, and Zeki for donating a membership. Oh yeah, Paki was one of the guys that asked about Nico Paz or Gula, so thank you. Enjoy the international break. It's going to be busy again after it, so enjoy this little bit of time off from this Inter team. It hasn't been super enjoyable watching into the last few months because of so many games. The the juice just isn't there in the legs of these guys. But enjoy it. We'll be back for sure. I guess I'll cover a little bit of Italy over the international break as well, maybe. So keep a lookout on the channel. Subscribe if you're new. Ciao ragazzi. Always, Forza Inter. First in the league. La capolista se ne va. We're not singing it, but se ne va. We'll just say it. We're not singing it yet. Ciao ragazzi.